Gonna need some new game modes to exercise this fearsome power that we need to cultivate to take him down. So tell me what you're bringing as far as ways to play.
Yeah, so at E3, we have Gambit. You've got some footage of different players playing Gambit on the screen. Here are two teams taunting each other. They're going to be sent down into their own arenas, and then it becomes a race to burn down their enemies. So they have the enemies of humanity that you've known in Destiny with some new surprises, and they are going to engage these aliens and see who can be the first to burn them to the ground. But at the same time, because this is a competitive co-op activity, these two teams can disrupt each other. When they pick up those motes that you see dropping on the ground, they can bank those. You bank your motes, you can send blockers to the other team's arenas, shuts down their bank and gives them a new boss they have to fight, or you can send one of your players to invade that space and engage them directly.
Yes.
So it takes PvP, PvE, it takes all the things that people love about Destiny, crashes them together into this one explosive, brand new activity. We've never played Destiny this way before, and with everything else that we're doing in Forsaken, with the new story we're telling, with the new raid, with the new worlds that you'll explore, this is one thing that we're really excited about. We have it playable on the show floor at the Activision booth and the PlayStation booth. We've been doing a little bit of sneak previews. You said day 3 for you, but day 1 for the show. We've been getting started early in LA also, so we've had some sneak previews. People have been really liking their first hands-on with this, and we're really excited to see what the community is going to say about it as they start to play as well. So I think the line forms up in just about 20 minutes.
Speaking of community, PvP and PvE always kind of live separate worlds. But now you're introducing them together. And the communities are now saying, hey, I'm pretty interested. So what was the idea about introducing a PvE aspect and then throwing some PvP in there? Was the ultimate goal getting the PvEers to enjoy PvP as well?
I think we're definitely going to see some good fusion in our community between people that play Destiny for different reasons. You know, it meets a lot of different types of players in that sweet spot where they're experiencing a video game in the way that they like. You know, whether you're working with a team to solve problems and confront enemies in a raid, or if you're working with a smaller fire team to take down a boss in a strike, or if you're going into the Crucible for some player versus player action. This brings all of that together. We wanted to create a new way to play Destiny. We wanted to surprise our community. We wanted to challenge them in some exciting new ways. And one of the things that we're finding in playtest is that different players can take on a different role. So somebody who's used to raiding, they can say, okay, we've got a whole new group of ads. I'm on crowd control. I know how to handle this. And then when it's time to invade, when it comes time to actually become the boss in the other team's arena, you can take your Crucible warrior and they can say, I got this.
Awesome.
Portal's open, I'm stepping through, I'm going to do us all proud, and it gives every different type of player an important role that they can serve and play in this new activity.
You know, it's funny you said that, because the model has been in a lot of you guys' trailers is play Destiny your way. Can you expand a little bit on how you get to play your way? I saw the weapons choices were definitely a big step up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's an interesting question. So we are definitely changing the way the sandbox works. We've got 9 new super attacks, 3 for each different class. So Destiny's all about creating your own character. You customize that character, you upgrade that character, you decide exactly how it fights, and in Forsaken, we're giving you a lot more freedom over the way you configure your own personal arsenal. So you can see a lot of different types of categories of weapons. You know, there's swords, there's auto rifles, there's pulse rifles, shotguns, bows. There's a brand new bow weapon type. And the way those weapon slots are organized in Forsaken gives you a lot more freedom. So certain weapons like the shotgun or the grenade launcher that you feel like you just don't see often enough in combat are going to make a more frequent appearance on the battlefield. You know, sandbox nuance is something that's still in development and on the workbench, but at E3 we are giving players a glimpse of how they can get access to a little bit more freedom to configure their Guardian to really embrace the way that they like to fight. So that begins this conversation at E3, and it'll continue throughout the course of the summer.
How long does this game mode take for a round?
You know, it really depends on how efficient these different teams are. Let's see, this game mode, I think we've seen people finish this in about, 10, 20 minutes. It really depends on how quickly people play. You know, we've seen people complete things like strikes and raids with different levels of efficiency. We'll see how long it takes on the show floor, and we'll be taking this same build of Gambit to Guardian Con in Tampa, Florida, where we will find some of the leaders of our own streaming community and give them also a chance to get some hands-on in you know, a community-owned and operated event.
Yeah, David, actually, can you talk to me a little bit about, you know, you are part of the community team, and Destiny has done amazing community outreach, a lot of it right here on Twitch. What are you going to be doing for Forsaken?
Well, we revealed Forsaken on our Twitch channel. So people who tune in to twitch.tv/Bungie, shameless plug, saw a piece of media that we created in our studio to interview a lot of different people on our development team to talk about their goals for the second year of Destiny. You know, the things we're doing to reinforce the hobby, the things that we're doing to create new reasons for people to play and to engage with the game day to day the way, you know, a hardcore streamer or somebody who loves watching streams does. Then we've also invited people from our streaming community alongside, you know, the hardcore players that we know personally from our forum or just from real life to our studio to collaborate with our developers and talk to us about what they think about the game and how we can develop further into the directions of the way they want to play. So we've seen a great collaboration of, you know, revealing new content on Twitch or just sharing some games with the people who, you know, love to hang out there, or even, you know, maintaining relationships with those community leaders so we can understand how the things that we create are valuable to them. So they're an important part of our ecosystem.
I love that you're so involved with the community. I heard you guys even put bounties on some of your coworkers and sort of send them out into the mix.
Yep. I don't do that anymore. I've taken my lumps. I've ended up like Cade far too many times, like I care to count. But yeah, you know, we take our two community managers and we put them